The rumors just became reality, and King Charles has made a decision that will shake the monarchy to its core. He's about to do something unprecedented, something that even Queen Elizabeth refused to consider during her entire reign. The Duke of Sussex title that Harry has carried for years? It's about to vanish forever, and Meghan? She'll lose the Duchess designation right alongside him. This isn't conjecture from anonymous bloggers. Senior officials within the royal household confirm the wheels are already turning, and Meghan has been told what's heading her way. Within the ancient stone corridors of royal headquarters, an extraordinary plan is unfolding. Senior advisors have spent months developing what they're internally calling Project Restoration. The objective couldn't be clearer or more dramatic: permanently revoke the Sussex titles from both Harry and Meghan. Not a temporary freeze, not a symbolic gesture, but complete elimination from official royal documentation. People familiar with the situation reveal this wasn't an impulsive reaction driven by wounded feelings. It's methodical, deliberate, and supported by constitutional experts who've been advising King Charles for almost 12 months. Sources indicate the monarch has already commissioned a formal letters patent document, the legal instrument required to remove noble designations. That document sits locked inside a secure location at the palace, awaiting the precise moment for signature and public declaration. That moment, multiple insiders suggest, will arrive sooner than anyone outside the palace walls expects. The catalyst reportedly emerged when palace officials discovered Harry and Meghan were developing another explosive media venture. Whispers indicate it's a documentary series that would dive into the monarchy's financial arrangements, revealing information the institution has shielded from public scrutiny for decades. For King Charles, this represented a boundary that absolutely could not be violated. Prince William, according to well-placed sources, has been applying intense pressure on his father regarding this matter. He's allegedly made his position crystal clear to the king. The monarchy's long-term viability hinges on establishing an unmistakable distinction between active working members and those who departed. William views Harry and Meghan's relentless media engagements as an existential danger to the crown's legitimacy. And after years of restraint, it appears the king has decided to take action. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away in their Montecito sanctuary, the atmosphere is far from peaceful. Meghan has been informed what's approaching, and based on accounts from individuals in her inner circle, she's experiencing genuine fear. Not sorrow, not mere disappointment, but authentic terror about what the removal of her Duchess designation will mean for her professional brand, her public standing, and her entire constructed identity within Hollywood's power structure. One confidant disclosed that Meghan has been desperately contacting her publicity advisors around the clock, insisting they develop contingency plans for the worst-case scenario. She's allegedly been overheard making statements such as, "When they execute this move, our response will be more aggressive than anything they've witnessed." Yet there's a vulnerability in her demeanor that associates haven't observed before. Because somewhere deep inside, she understands this situation is fundamentally different. This isn't an interpersonal conflict she can reframe during a televised interview. This is a formal constitutional procedure that she possesses zero authority to prevent. Harry, by contrast, is reportedly experiencing devastation of an entirely different nature. While Meghan perceives this as a catastrophic publicity crisis, Harry sees it as the ultimate disconnection from every element of his former existence. Associates describe him wandering through their property in contemplative silence, gazing at vintage photographs from his London years. He continuously attempts to reach his father by phone, but those calls remain unanswered. He's even tried contacting William through mutual acquaintances, but his brother has allegedly closed that door completely. For Harry, the designation carries significance beyond mere social standing or ceremonial importance. It represents his core identity. The Duke of Sussex title was his remaining link to his mother's legacy, to the royal institution, to the world he inherited at birth. Watching it disappear feels equivalent to being deleted from his own personal narrative. What compounds the pain is his awareness that his children will mature without any recognition of their royal heritage. They'll simply be ordinary American youngsters, not prince and princess, not even associated with the Sussex lineage. That reality is emotionally crushing him. But while Harry grieves what's about to be taken away, Meghan is already mobilizing for battle. Multiple sources confirm she's been conducting confidential strategy sessions at their Montecito residence with a carefully selected team of advisors. They've allegedly assigned this initiative a tactical designation, Operation Rebirth. The concept is to emerge from the devastation of title removal and reconstruct Meghan as something transcending a duchess. One participant at these gatherings characterized the environment as remarkably intense. This wasn't a relaxed social meeting, it was a command center. Everybody arrived with technology, beverages, and focused expressions. Meghan wasn't displaying emotion, she was strategizing. Her blueprint, sources indicate, involves a comprehensive transformation of her public persona the instant the palace issues their announcement. Goodbye, Duchess of Sussex. Hello, Meghan Markle, the individual, the cultural force. She's allegedly preparing to resurrect her commercial enterprise, revitalize her audio content platform, and launch an enormous advocacy initiative targeting women who've been suppressed by entrenched power structures. The narrative she intends to project is unmistakable. She didn't surrender her title, she evolved beyond it. The palace attempted to restrict her, and she liberated herself. It's an audacious storyline, and if anyone possesses the capability to execute it, Meghan's publicity apparatus might actually succeed. However, there's one significant obstacle. The public is exhausted. Entertainment industry insiders are privately acknowledging that Meghan's commercial appeal is diminishing. Without the Royal Association, she transforms into just another famous personality in California. And in a metropolis saturated with celebrities, that's insufficient. One media executive expressed it without sugarcoating. The attraction was consistently rooted in her royal connection. Eliminate that element and what remains? Another lifestyle content creator. The market has thousands of those alternatives. Even Netflix, the streaming behemoth that secured Harry and Meghan through a substantial contract, is allegedly experiencing concern. Leadership has been discreetly reassessing the couple's planned productions, questioning whether the material will maintain equivalent audience interest without the Duke and Duchess Association. Ultimately, subscribers engaged to observe royals share their narrative. But if they're no longer officially royal, does the audience remain invested? That's the multi-million-dollar uncertainty, and presently, nobody possesses a confident response. Simultaneously, Meghan's representatives have been approaching prominent news organizations, attempting to arrange exclusive broadcast conversations for when the title revocation occurs. They want her controlling the messaging from the initial headline forward. But here's the complication. Several networks are displaying reluctance. They've witnessed the negative reaction from her earlier confessional appearances. They've observed how each time Meghan participates in interviews, it transforms into a polarizing controversy that fractures viewership and depletes audience patience. One producer confessed anonymously, "Audiences are fatigued by the ongoing royal saga. Each time Meghan conducts an interview, it's identical themes expressed through different vocabulary. Eventually, viewers simply disconnect." That's a devastating assessment for someone whose complete strategy depends on dominating media attention. If broadcasting platforms won't provide her the exposure she requires, then Operation Rebirth might already be terminated before launching. Back across the ocean in London, the palace is proceeding with composed certainty. King Charles has allegedly informed his most trusted advisors that this decision, though emotionally difficult, is essential for the monarchy's future trajectory. He's said to maintain that Harry and Meghan's persistent criticisms through published works, filmed productions, and broadcast appearances have inflicted enduring harm to the crown's standing. And as a monarch who's intensely conscious that his reign will be briefer than his mother's historic tenure, Charles wants to establish the monarchy's stability before time runs out. Prince William, sources report, is demonstrating even greater resolve. He's allegedly communicated to his father that failing to act immediately will only magnify the problem. Every interview Harry and Meghan deliver, every unauthorized disclosure, every calculated criticism directed at the royal household erodes public confidence. William perceives this as a survival-level threat, and he's willing to accept the villain role if that's what protecting the institution requires. But there's a profound human toll to all of this that cannot be dismissed. Harry is William's sibling. They experienced childhood together, grieved their mother together, and previously committed to supporting each other unconditionally. Now they don't maintain any communication. And when the title gets officially revoked, that separation will transform into permanence. One palace official acknowledged privately, William recognizes this decision will torment him indefinitely. But he also recognizes that becoming king requires making unimaginable choices, and he's selecting the crown over his brother. That's the unforgiving reality of royal obligation. And it's a reality Harry will soon confront in the most painful way imaginable. As the calendar advances, tension on both continents is approaching critical levels. In Montecito, Meghan is allegedly displaying irritability toward household staff, compulsively monitoring digital engagement metrics, and attempting to anticipate every conceivable scenario. She's reportedly told associates, "If they confiscate the title, I'll guarantee the entire planet understands what kind of institution they truly represent." It's a warning, but simultaneously a commitment. Because Meghan has never been an individual who accepts defeat passively. She's consistently been a combatant. And if the palace believes she'll simply absorb this embarrassment without retaliation, they're heading toward a shocking realization. Harry, though, finds himself trapped between opposing forces. He loves his spouse, but he also loves his relatives. Or, at minimum, he previously did. Now he's uncertain what emotions remain. Fury, betrayal, grief, everything blended together in an agonizing confusion that he cannot navigate. One source with access to Harry revealed he's been repeatedly asking himself the identical question: how did circumstances deteriorate to this point? The explanation, regrettably, is layered. It emerged from years of miscommunication, public confrontations, and choices executed on both sides that cannot be reversed. It originated from Meghan's commitment to articulate her authentic experience and the palace's commitment to safeguard its public image. And now everything is reaching a climax in a manner that will permanently alter Harry and Meghan's existence. When the formal announcement ultimately arrives, and most knowledgeable observers anticipate it will materialize within the coming months, global attention will intensify dramatically. Digital platforms will detonate with commentary. News broadcasts will interrupt regular programming. And Harry and Meghan will confront the stark reality that they no longer hold Duke and Duchess designations. They'll simply be Harry and Meghan, two individuals in California attempting to construct an existence beyond the monarchy's shadow. But here's the uncertainty nobody can definitively address yet. Can they maintain relevance without the royal association? Meghan's complete commercial identity has been constructed upon her time inside the palace, her celebrated wedding ceremony, her conflicts with the establishment. Remove that foundation and what substance remains? Will she possess the ability to reinvent herself successfully, or will Hollywood redirect its fascination toward the subsequent major narrative? And what about Harry? Can he genuinely discover contentment, knowing his family has formally severed their relationship? Or will he invest the remainder of his existence questioning whether a reconciliation pathway existed before reaching this irreversible point? The palace, for its position, appears prepared to advance forward. King Charles has allegedly communicated to advisors that once the determination is finalized, there will be no reversal. No bargaining, no additional opportunities, no reconciliation pathway. The entrance will be secured, fastened, and permanently sealed. Prince William has apparently articulated identical sentiments. For them, this transcends family dynamics. It's about protecting something larger than personal relationships. It's about protecting the monarchy itself. And within their perspective, that's justified regardless of individual sacrifice. But as the planet awaits the official declaration, one element is unambiguous. This isn't merely about ceremonial designations. It's about core identity, lasting legacy, and the consequences of selecting your own direction over the path predetermined by birth. Harry and Meghan are about to forfeit the final fragment of their royal heritage. And when that moment arrives, there's no reversing course. The question that remains is, what will their transformation become? If you found this breakdown valuable and want to stay informed about what's really happening behind palace walls, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the Democratic Wire. Because this story is far from over, and you won't want to miss what happens next.